Hey folks, my name is Micah and I'm a JavaScript developer. So I want to share some insight about why many customer journeys end at a 404 page and an idea I had to improve the 404 experience. You might be familiar with the 404 page. It's generally a message saying that the page you requested doesn't exist, and usually that's about it. In the age of personal digital assistants in microwaves and machine learning models in toothbrushes, it's odd that we just leave the customer to fend for themselves and do very little to help on a 404 page. It's not particularly helpful to see a 404 message. Such an abrupt stop can often be the get-off point for a customer. You might still be ready to show them more products as soon as they get to the right page, but for them the journey has probably ended. Well, we've invented ingenious ways to improve the user experience in everything from menus to personalization. The humble 404 is exactly how it was a decade ago. If you've got sizable traffic and access to analytics, you'll probably find that many journeys end on this page, and well, you've probably already counted the potential lost sales. I imagine a 404 page to be that. So say, for example, if you ran a shop and you spent huge amounts of money in advertising to get people interested in your product, and 20 meters from your front door customers got lost. It's probably not even your fault. But sometimes people just get confused, they make mistakes, they are human after all. But if that was to happen to you and you ran this shop, you would definitely do something about that, right? You'd work out where they're getting lost and you'd put further directions in place. So why would a 404 be any different? Customers can end up on a 404 page for a huge number of reasons. It could be that the page has been taken down, the referral link was incorrect, the user typed it in wrong. Whatever the reason, it doesn't really matter. What's important is that the customer's journey has been disrupted, and more friction equals less sales. I looked at how the customer journey could be improved when hitting the 404 page, and really I tried to solve this problem by making a number of key decisions. So I'm going to show you a little demo of how it works, and I'll talk about what I've done. So everything here happens client side. This ensures low latency. As the code base is small, it's only about 300 lines of code, and it's computationally very inexpensive. The user gets an instant response even on an older mobile device. I will try to resolve a limited number of user routes. In this example, I'm covering 7. I could cover 10 times that and not notice much delay in processing the routes. I suppose the problem would lie in some larger sites that have thousands of routes, and so it might be wise to limit them to key routes. I chose to use a distance algorithm instead of a dictionary. Including a dictionary would have resulted in a bloated corpus to accommodate all of the variations of the way a word can be misspelled. Instead, I chose to compare the similarity of the word the user typed with known words in the routes that are covered. As this provides me with a finite list, this can be easily filtered for duplicates, resulting in a much smaller list of possibilities. I chose to break the URL into sections. This means that you can cope with any number of route paths, individual words being misspelled, or even route paths being in the wrong order. So, for example, this URL at the moment is magic beans and then followed by quote, and it's made a positive match, which is a primary match, which means it matched 100% to magic beans and then quote. Even if I was to put that the other way around, so quote and then magic beans, it's still got 100% match. So by using this algorithm in this way, it can accommodate spelling mistakes in individual words. So for example, quote could be spelt with a double O, and it would, so you see here's how I've spelt quote and it still corrected that. It can accommodate things like additional slashes or hyphens, which a normal dictionary might struggle with, and so this makes the 404 page a lot more flexible in being able to deal with things that normal users might do. So I think this makes the 404 page a lot more useful to users who might end up on it. Anyway, I hope you found this helpful. Leave me a comment if you've got any questions.